Hi, Leo. Welcome back to Lee's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look at what's going on in your love life, all right? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, here we go. Supposed to be like this, like this, like that. Okay, Leo. Overall energy for this week's reading is the King of Wands. This is a fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So you see the word under the bottom, it says leadership. So this is someone who is like a natural born leader, okay? They're very protective, very loving. This is someone who is very passionate as well, okay? They're very independent. This is someone who takes care of themselves, but I feel like this represents the new person. It could talk about them, coming in to your life and being very protective of you and, wanting to help you any kind of way that they can, okay? Underneath this, we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is an earth sign or someone with a lot of earth in their chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If you see the word under there, it says comfort. So this is someone who sees you as a long-term, stable, and committed partner, okay? They want to bring comfort into your life. Look at the lady with the bunny. See the bunny rabbit there? I feel like that represents, them wanting to come in, be very loyal, be very loving, and to put you and your needs first. Underneath this, we have the sun. This is your energy, Leo, and it is talking about, you see, it says angel of happiness. So you have happiness coming your way, even if it looks like it's not, it looks dismal or horrible at this time. Things can change in the blink of an eye. And I feel like that's what Spirit is telling you with this sun card. This is talking about the arrival of your soulmate. Okay. All right. Underneath this, we have the Seven of Swords. You see at the bottom, it says thief. So this is someone I feel like this is representing the twin. This is talking about their lies, talking about, how they backstabbed, how they, for a lot of you cheated on you. This is talking about someone who, is worried about meeting their needs and doing what's best for them. And they don't care what, whatever scraps you get, if you get anything at all, this person really doesn't give a shit about that. They're worried about you taking care of them without them having to give you anything in return. Okay. If this person could have a relationship with you where you stood there and allowed them to come in and out and do whatever they pleased as they pleased and still be out, out and about with other people doing whatever they wanted to do, that would be the optimal situation for them. So for those of you who are still entertaining the twin, okay, and still wanting to be with them, this is what this person's motive is. This is what their ulterior motives are. Okay. All right. Yeah. Because there's been a lot of betrayal with this person with the 10 of, excuse me, this is the 8 of Swords. I'm sorry. The 10 was on top of it. And for some reason, I pulled the 8. So I guess you're supposed to see both. So this person wants to keep you stuck in your head while they repetitively, 333 on the clock, while they repetitively betray you over and over and over again. Okay. And I feel like a lot of you are tired of it. You're tired of pulling these damn swords out of your back. And one thing you got to look at is, we're looking at all these cards about this person, right? Where are the cups? I don't see any damn cups when we're talking about this person. All I see are swords. So this person is sitting back, plotting, Leo, thinking about how they can, quote unquote, well, pun intended, give it to you, okay? And do whatever they can to try to break you down. But in return, they're wanting you to give them everything. They're wanting to keep you, latched on to them and, pouring into them and, them not having to do anything in return in order to do this, to just be able to abuse you and mistreat you any kind of way. And I think that is just the craziest mind process or thought process that I've ever run across. But, welcome to Narcissism 101, right? So underneath this, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. This is about the new person, okay? You've got a lot of abundance coming into your life, but you got to let it in, Leo, okay? Some of you, we're gonna look at these at these cards, but I feel like some of you may be still trying to figure out if you want to leave this person or not, if you've had enough of their garbage or not. But this is what the new person is coming in wanting to bring you: stability, security, long-term relationship. They're wanting to match your energy and not just take from you like this other person does. Okay, because look, there's the Seven of Cups. You're going to have a lot of options. This twin has a lot of options. Okay, this new person is not about the Seven of Cups. Okay, they've already, it's like this for them because they've already chosen you. You're the person that they want to be with. You're the person they want to spend the rest of their lives with. Okay, so we're going to start by clarifying the King of Wands. Look at under here. I could go on and go on and go on. Look underneath this, the Ten of Cups. This is the new person, the soulmate. This is their intention: family, love. You know, that rainbow with the two kids. If you want children, this person will, will be down with that. Or if the two of you are wanting to blend families together, this person wants to do that with you. Okay, anything you want, this person is wanting to accommodate you. Okay, so we're going to start by clarifying this King of Wands. Okay, so the card that fell for you, Leo, is guilt wounds. Okay, it's talking about feeling sorry, using guilt to manipulate, being afraid to set boundaries. This is about you learning how to get out of this energy, learning how to set boundaries, not being afraid of people walking away from you. Okay, you may have had this thing go on in your life in the past where people may have told you you were too much, or because they didn't want to meet your needs, they wanted to say you were needy, all this type of shit. But it's all of this is mind games. Okay, these are people who, they were the ones with the issues. Okay, and so they were trying to push you away or put you down and make you feel a certain way because they were not emotionally or mentally equipped to give you the things that you need. Because the things that you're asking for, Leo, are normal. Okay, it's normal for you to want somebody to love somebody. It's normal for you to want someone to tell you how they feel. It's normal for all of these things. You're not asking for anything that's out of the ordinary. But I feel like a lot of people you were dealing with in the past tried to make you feel like, the things you wanted were abnormal because they were unable to give them to you. Okay, so this is something you got to deal with, these guilt wounds here. You got to work through this. All right, so that you're not trying to people please and trying to manipulate people to give you certain things, because the people that truly love you, Leo, you don't have to do this in order to get what you need. They're going to willingly give it to you, just like this new person that's coming in. Okay, so the card that fell, this is talking about the twin, talking about how they regret what they've done to you. Okay, it doesn't matter if they don't come and tell you. It doesn't matter if you don't see this person. It doesn't matter if there's no contact between the two of you. This person feels a lot of fucking regret for the way that they treated you, and rightfully so. Okay, then we've got not enough. That's what all these people have made you feel, okay, over your lifetime. Like you're not enough. Like the things that you bring to the table, you need to be doing more. You need to be bending over backwards. You need to be jumping through the hoops. You know how they have at the circus, the hoops, and they light them on fire and it's like flames, and then the animals are jumping through. I'm not trying to call you an animal or anything like that, but that's what Spirit is giving me, the burning hoop. Like you jumping through a burning hoop, like all this crazy shit just to get normal things that you're supposed to get from somebody in a relationship, whether it's familial, whether it's a friendship, or whether it's a romantic relationship. Okay, and so that's why these guilt wounds have to be dealt with, Leo, because it's necessary for you to do this so you don't sit in this energy. Okay, this is about you learning how to love yourself, because the love that you give to yourself, that's what you're going to start to get from other people. All right, so the first card we're going to take a look. Hold on, I got the air. It's hot in here. I'm sorry. Ooh. Okay, here I go. I'm back. Okay, so the first card that we're going to take a look at represents the energy you're sitting in this week, and it's the Three of Swords. Okay, this can talk about heartbreak, breakup, separation. It can also speak of a third party situation. And I feel like for a lot of you, it is both, because you may have gotten your heart broken. Well, not may have. I feel like you did get your heart broken by this twin. Okay, like I said, this person tried to break you down, tried to tell you what it was you wanted, what you were trying to give to them. They tried to devalue it. They tried to devalue you and make you feel like you were less than. Okay, so this is about you healing yourself and coming out of this energy. But I also feel like the Three of Swords is showing up here because there's some type of third party going on. This could represent you, the twin, and the soulmate. But it could also speak of you and the twin, and then them, their third party, whatever they've got going on. Okay, so let's clarify. Yeah, see that? Look, there you go. Look, you see this? You heard what I just said, right? If you don't remember, run the tape back so you can hear what I just said. Okay, you got people that are trying to make you feel like you're needy, and that the normal things that you're asking for out of a relationship, just because they don't want to give them to you or they're not equipped to give them to you, they want to try to act like you're wrong. And that's bullshit. Okay, so it's talking about clinging to the masculine to make yourself feel better emotionally, and about you being willing to do anything and everything to please the masculine. But see, this is what they do. They tell you this stuff and try to put these things into your head, so you'll be thinking, okay, well, I need to do more. I need to do better. If I'm not asking for things that are normal, then I need to do more so I can get what it is that I want. See, it's all of this is a fucking, they like trying to mind fuck you. Let's be honest, okay? That's what these people that have been in your life have been trying to do, Leo. That's why we got to do this spring cleaning. We got to get rid of these fucking dusties, because you got a lot of them, and it's time for you to kick them to the curb. Okay. Then we've got telepathy here. This is talking about, you communicating. This could be your person, the twin. I don't want to call them your person, because I know for a lot of you ain't trying to hear that term for them. But this could be the twin trying to communicate with you telepathically. But I also feel like it's the soulmate as well, because you can have the telepathic communication with the soulmate. Okay, let's clarify. Okay, then we've got camera. It's reminiscing. It says making memories, learning from the past, and perception. So spirit is telling you to change, start to change. This looks like it's off. I'm sorry, I got to move it. Okay, spirit is telling you to start to change your perspective on this situation. Okay, this person, these people who made you feel like you weren't enough, they were the ones in the wrong. It wasn't you. All you were trying to do was love these people. Okay, and they couldn't receive your love or couldn't deal with it for whatever their issues were, because that's how it is. That's how the people you were dealing with didn't love themselves, because you have to love yourself to be able to accept love from other people. Okay, so this is about you going back in the past, okay, and healing these things like this, because people that don't mean you well would try to use this against you, try to say, oh, well, you needy and you this, tell you all this play all these mind games to try to get you back into the old way of being and doing. And so with the camera card, this is about going back to the past, looking at, when is the first time this started to rear its ugly head, and for you to heal it, so that's one less trigger anyone can use against you. Okay. All right. So the next card represents the energy that your person sits in. We have the Magician. It says the Angel of Magic at the bottom. Okay. So this is someone, like I said, this could represent, it could be two-sided. This could be talking about the twin trying to manifest you back into their lives, because that's what they're wanting to do. Those of you who are in no contact with this person, you're not talking to them, they are trying to manifest you back in. Remember, I told you they want something for nothing. They want everything. They want you to give them everything, and for them to never have to do anything for it. So this person is trying to get you to come back and get you to start to dote on them, and for them to have control over you, like they feel like they did in the past. I don't know if they did or not. I'm just going by what spirit is telling me. But they're trying to recreate what happened, that dynamic the two of you had, because like I said, it's never going to get any better than what it was, if there's not healing done on both sides. Okay. So with this Magician, for the other person, the soulmate, the Magician is trying to bring you, this is them trying to manifest the love of their life, the person that they want to be with for the rest of their lives. And this is something very, a beautiful energy, something very loving, something very caring, so on and so forth. Okay, so Spirit is trying to tell you the story about both of these people. That's why the Three of Swords is showing up, but they're trying to, do it in a way where we're looking at the past, and we're looking at the future, what's coming towards you, okay, and what's happening now. Okay, let's clarify. Okay, so to clarify the magician, we have karmic family here. So this is talking about, problems with family members. Okay, so this could be your twin having a problem with their family member. It could also be the new person, the soulmate, having a problem, because everybody's got to deal with karmic family on some level, I feel like. Okay, there's that one person, in your family that likes to push your buttons. They, you say black, they say fucking white, those type of people, the people where you try to bend over backwards to get this person to get along with this person, or try to let bygones be bygones, or put things to the side. And this person just doesn't want to do it. They want to be truculent. They want to argue. They want to disagree, that type of shit. So this is the person that's coming back up for the twin and the soulmate that they're going to have to deal with. That's part of their karma in this lifetime. Okay. Then we've got the surrender card. Okay. I feel like the new person has surrendered to what is going on in this connection. They're detaching because, like I told you, they're trying to manifest you with this magician card. And so they realize that at some point they've got to let go and let God. And I feel like that's what they're doing. Okay. The surrender card for the twin is talking about this person needing to surrender to what's going on in the connection, because they're trying to, God, Spirit is trying to guide this twin the right way to get them to stop being narcissistic, to get out of this prideful and egoic energy. But for a lot of you, this twin is fighting it. Okay. They're not going to start to do. That's why Spirit is always recommending that you turn your back on the twin, because as long as you're sitting there, as long as they can munch on your energy, as long as they're feeling you there, they have no incentive to get better. All right. Okay. So then we've got self-indulgence. Okay. This is about self-worth and value. Okay. Your person, we know the twin has massive self-worth issues. Okay. They need time to heal themselves. They have to do shadow work. And this is about them learning how to appreciate themselves, because as I've told you before, this person lays in bed at night when they think about you, and they wonder why in the hell you feel the way you feel about them, because they feel like they're worthless. Okay. So if they feel like they're worthless, then of course they're going to run around and act stupid and do the stupid shit they do. Okay. But that narcissistic energy, it makes them, it's like at the same time they realize deep down inside they have this lack of self-worth, right? But then on the other hand, they want to come out, dressing a certain way, acting like, they know that they're better than everybody. And it's all about appearances. Even though they feel like shit and they feel like a piece of shit on the inside, on the outside, they're constantly trying to project this image of them being the baddest, what, okay, baddest bitch or baddest mofo, whatever you want to call it. That's what they're trying to project. But deep down inside, they question everything. Okay. All right. So when it comes to the energy between the two of you, or should I say the three of you, because we're talking about all of y'all in this reading, we've got the Two of Wands, and you see it says at the bottom, progress. So this is about standing at a crossroads. You're going to have to make a decision between this new person and the twin. And Spirit is trying to draw your attention to the type of person this twin is, because this twin has to get themselves together. Okay. We know this needs to happen, but we don't know about the timeline, how long it's going to take this person to get themselves together. Okay. Because like I just told you, Spirit is trying to guide this person towards the healing, towards what they need to do in this, to go through this spiritual awakening, so that they can be, prepared and be ready to be in a connection with you. But they're avoiding it. This person likes to party. They like to be out with their friends. They like to be, fucking around with different people. And I mean, pun intended. They, sleeping with all these people and doing all this stuff. They, living their best life according to them. But I feel like it's starting to wear them down, the feelings that they have for you. Because like I told you, they drinking and they drugging and they numbing and they doing all these things to try to shove down and suppress the feelings that they have for you. But from your end, on your end, that them damn feelings are strong, and you can only suppress and shove them down for so long. Okay. So let's clarify. Yeah. See, that is just trigger fest between you and this person. And that's what's going to continue to happen until you do your healing and this person does their healing. And you both get to a level where you would be able to sustain this connection. Okay. When it comes to them, let's see what comes out. Okay. This person has a lot of passion for you. Okay. They both do. Both the twin and the soulmate has a lot of passion for you. I feel like spirit is giving me like this, giving me this like this, to compare the two so you can see the differences, because some of you may have one foot out the door ready to leave the twin, but you may be second guessing and wondering, are you making the right decision? So we're comparing the two so you can see the differences between both people. Okay, because I'm not saying that the twin can't heal themselves and can't come back in new energy and be a better person, but they got a lot of damn healing to do, because all of these things they're doing, they don't want to they don't want to turn away from temptation. They don't want to grow up. They're very childish, very immature. It's all about tit for tat. Whatever you do to them, they want to do something back to you. Because this person, for some of you, thinks about getting revenge on you because you've left them. Okay? They feel like you've abandoned them because they have abandonment issues. So that's what I'm saying. When you have these issues and you don't heal them, you're doomed to repeat these things, to have these things play out in your relationships. Okay? So we've got the passion card here. First, we're going to talk about it with the soulmate. With the soulmate, this person has a lot of passion for you. The two of you are not going to be able to keep your hands off of each other. Okay, this is going to be somebody you're very attracted to. They're going to be very attracted to you, and the sex is going to be off the charts. Okay, if you decide to be with the new person. Okay, the passion card for the twin, this is what they lead with. This is why they're trying to get back with you. This is the number one reason. If they've hit it, they want some more. If they hadn't hit it, they're trying to get it. Okay, and it's going to be a situation where this person is on some get back shit. Okay, because this stuff is coming up because spirit wants you. A lot of you don't want to talk about this twin, and I get it, but you need to know these things. You need to know what's going on with this person, because this person is very manipulative, and they're going to do whatever they can do to try to get you back under their control, or what they've been perceiving or assuming to be control. Okay, so this person is going to come to you telling you, 10 of cups, 10 of pentacles, loving, hierophant, all this kind of stuff. They're going to be telling you all this shit, right? And they loving you and they just want to be with you. And like I said, I'm not saying this person doesn't have feelings for you, Leo. What I'm telling you is that they're trying to use it against you, is what they're trying to do. Okay, they sit back and watch you to find out ways they can get in to try to get back into your head so that they can manipulate you. That's what this is, all a manipulation tactic. So they can get this and have you stand there stuck in your head so they can move in and out of your bed, in and out of your head, in and out of your space, whatever way they can, is what spirit is saying with this card. Okay. All right, then we've got the vulnerable card. So they're going to try to play I'm telling you, they turning on the damn waterworks. They doing all of this stuff because it's going to come like this. I just love you. I can't, I'm missing you. I can't, I'm so upset. We've been apart and the relationship is just, my life has just been so horrible without you. I just love you. And I just got to have you back. But this is what they really want. I'm giving you the visual so okay? I'm not laughing at anybody's predicament or anybody's, hard times that you're having in this situation, but I'm laughing at how foolish this person is and how they think they can pull the wool over your eyes. But see, what they're doing is they're trying to use your love and affection for them against you. So that's why spirit is trying to make sure you understand what's going on. Okay. All right. So let me get one more card. So we've got picture. Again, we're talking about, we have camera and we have picture. So spirit is telling you, go back. All right. Look at the past. Look at how you've been through these same patterns over and over and over again, because it didn't just start with the twin. It may seem like it because it was so heightened and the feelings were so strong and you felt, you had feelings for this person unlike anything you've ever had before. But the patterns that you've gone through, the breadcrumbing, the ghosting, the, being left on red and all this kind of crap, or the, you calling and they're not answering, or they, doing all this crazy stuff, and them, messing around with other people, but saying they want to be with you and lying about it. And, some of them, like I said, got kids with other people, and some of them are even married to other people, and you don't even know what the hell is going on, or you didn't, at least you didn't in the beginning. Okay. So spirit is telling you, go back and look at where these patterns began so you can squash them and kill them and bury them so that you'll make different decisions in the here and now. Okay. All right. Okay, when it comes to the outcome, we got the Knight of Cups. So this is talking about the soulmate pulling up, but it could be the twin pulling up as well. Because like I told you, they feel you wanting to move on if you already haven't. Okay, because like I said, I feel like a lot of you got one foot out the door. Some of you are gone and you done slammed the door and you like, F you, I'm not coming back. But part of this read is for everybody. So it has to do with those of you who are questioning or second guessing what you're doing, because I heard this. I started hearing this before I even turned on the camera. I hear Sade singing "Ordinary Love." This is no ordinary love. It isn't. It isn't an ordinary love. But what you got to understand is this won't be the last time you've loved. This person may be trying to make you think that, oh, if you don't get with me, you're never going to have the type of love you want, or so on and so forth. But this new person that's coming, like I'm telling you, this person, they're never going to make you guess how they feel. They're going to be upfront and honest with you. They're going to tell you how they feel. They're going to be very romantic. This person is going to be all about you, which is what you deserve. Okay. And then look, the Knight of Cups, it says at the bottom, spirituality. So this is somebody who is in tune. They're in touch with themselves. So they're tapped in just like you are. So this person is listening to their inner selves. They're listening to their intuition to be guided through this connection with you. Okay. So for those of you where this person hasn't shown up yet, it is because they're waiting for the right time. They're waiting for spirit to guide the two of you together. Okay. But this person, for a lot of you, they know who you are. They're in love with you. They have all these beautiful feelings. They daydream about you. They dream about you at night. You're the first thing they think of when they wake up, the last thing they think of when they go to sleep. Okay. But you living rent free, you running around rent free in the twins' mind as well. And like I said, they feel you moving on. And so don't be surprised if once you decide to be with this new person, the old person shows up, okay, galloping in on their horse, trying to act like they're all emotionally available and they want to be with you. And like I said, 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles and the Hierophant, when we know damn well that's not what it's about. Because think about it, Leo. This person had days, months, weeks, years to come back and try to make things right with you. Where they at? That's my question. Where they at? Because they had all this time while they were running from you to come back and fix this situation. Why they want to wait now? Why do they want to wait until there's somebody else there? You got to think about this person's, mindset and what they're about. Because like I said, they're all for self. It has nothing to do with you or them trying to meet your needs or whatever. You are a possession to this person. Okay. Some of you may not want to believe it. And like I said, but it's free will. You can believe whatever you want or not. But spirit is trying to stop you from getting continually hurt by this person, because at the end of the day, all they give a fuck about is themselves and getting their own needs met. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Okay. So this is about you learning how to be more assertive, right? We had the guilt wounds card show up. Like I said, this person is trying to, break you down. And this is about you standing in your power, standing in your truth, and realizing that you deserve nothing but the best. Okay. But you gotta believe that before it starts to reflect itself out in the 3D. Okay. You have to believe that deep inside. Then we've got the signs card. I feel like the first meaning of this is talking about the twin. That spirit is trying to guide this person in the right way, but they don't want to look. Okay, spirit is telling them to look right, and they looking left. They looking somewhere else because they're so entrenched is the word. Entrenched in their life, entrenched in how they living. They don't care. It's like they don't, because they know in order to be with you, they got to level up. They got to heal certain things. They got to do all that stuff, and they don't want to do it. They just don't want to do it. When it comes to the soulmate, this person is listening. They're tapped in. They're listening to their intuition. They're listening to spirit, and they're being guided towards you slowly. Okay, because you need time to work on some of these things that we talked about here, like the guilt wounds and the fact that the other person is trying to manipulate you. Okay. Then we've got self-deception here. This is about the twin being self-deceptive. So if they're lying to themselves, then you know damn well they're lying to you. Okay. So it's about them denying their truth, not wanting to realize that, they have love for you, and not wanting to lead with that. Like I said, they're leading with the lust, and the new person is leading with love. Okay, there's lust on the new person's side as well, but they're leading with the love. Okay, that's the difference between the two. This person is just all for self. The other one is wanting to put you in the relationship first. They're wanting to prioritize both you in the relationship. So this person is talking about allowing oneself to believe that a false or unvalidated feeling, idea, or situation is true. So they're making up their own truth about what's going on here. That's why I told you, for a lot of you, this person is still, hold on one second. That's why I was saying, for a lot of you, this person is still blaming you for what happened. They're saying it's all on you. They didn't do shit wrong. They just was sitting there looking cute or looking pretty or whatever, and you did everything, and they didn't do anything. Okay, and I know that shit pissed you off, because it pissed me the fuck off when I hear it. And I'm not even dealing with my person no more, and I'm just like, oh my God, like really, your mind is really messed up like that. But like I said, this is the type of person you're dealing with. They're very narcissistic. They're very one-sided. It's all about self, and they don't care about what they do to other people, what the fallout is from them coming in and out of people's lives, because the things they're doing to you, they doing them to other people too. It's not exclusive to you. Okay, they just feel like you are their property, and they don't want you going anywhere. Okay, so we've got the butterfly here. This is talking about evolving and growth, the next phase, healing your inner child and releasing the past. That's how you're going to be able to release the past, by healing your inner child. Because a lot of you got wounded as a child. Okay, it wasn't your fault. You didn't deserve it. But a lot of you now make decisions based on that wounded little child. And that wounded little child needs to be healed, because it's crying out to be healed. It's crying out for love, and for you to, to tend to it, to be present with it. Okay. And so just like the child is crying out to you, the narcs can hear it too. They can hear it too. And that's what's attracting them to you, is because they realize you're wounded. And the first thing they're thinking is, oh, I can take advantage of this person, because they wounded, and they not healing themselves, even though, isn't that ironic, right? Because they don't heal their damn selves. And so they can pick out other people who are unhealed and want to try to manipulate them and get over on them. Okay. So that's what this is about. This is about you going through this evolution. Okay. You becoming the butterfly after being the caterpillar. All right. Okay. So now we're going to let's get some messages from spirit first, and then we'll get some messages from your person. We're going to do the twin too. We're going to let them tell you the crazy shit, because I got a deck where it's going to tell you all the stuff. Okay. So it says expectation. Someone fell short in meeting the other person's expected and desired outcome for this partnership. All right. Because you expected this person to come in and treat you the way you treated them, and to give you the love that you were giving them, and they did the opposite. There it is, twin flame. It says this connection involves challenges, resistance, and major karmic lessons. Okay, all this was, at the end of the day, it was a karmic connection with a learning about karma. It was a what does that want to say? It was a challenge. Okay, it was a learning situation. You were only supposed to learn from this, because this person, like I said, we don't know how long it's going to take them to heal themselves. So spirit has got somebody else waiting in the wings for you, because, like I said, nobody has time for that, to be trying to wait for this person to figure out that they need to heal themselves and to do it. Okay. So we've got harmony. It says this partnership will experience more peaceful and pleasant interactions. I feel like this is representing the soulmate connection, when the soulmate comes in. Okay. All right, so let's get some messages. Let's start with the crazy stuff. Let's let crazy talk to you and see what they want to tell you. Okay, these cards are off the chain, so get ready. Okay, here we go. I depend on you too much to let you go. I have codependency issues. Okay, so this person is telling you, spirit is showing you exactly what you're dealing with. Okay, they want you there. as a crutch for them to lean on when they feel like they need you. Okay. Then we've got my mask keeps me safe. I need to fake my feelings. Okay. So they're telling you they wear a mask. They're not honest with, how they feel, and they're not intending to be. Okay. Then we've got, I feel unworthy of having love in my life. I feel miserable and lost. What did I just tell you, right? They got massive self-worth issues. They feel like they're unlovable. So they sit back and they wonder, why does Leo love me? Because I don't love myself. Okay. All right. Now we're going to move on to the new person. Let's see what they got to tell you. We're going to get a lot of messages from them. Okay. So first one says, follow your bliss. It says, I feel good when I know you're happy. Do something that you enjoy today. Feelings of joy and hope will bring us closer on our journey and will put you at ease. Okay. So this person is worrying about you being better, you feeling better. All right. Then we've got new beginnings. It says, I have realized what I was missing in my life, and that is you. This new love has given me a fresh perspective and changed who I am. There is no going back, only forward. When I met you, after that, I never looked back. I want to have a fresh new start with you. So this person has been through stuff. The new person has been through stuff just like you have. Like, as I've told you before, maybe not necessarily a twin flame situation, but they've had their heart raked over the coals just like yours. So they completely understand what you're going through. Okay. All right. Okay. Then we've got, I didn't know what love felt like until you came along. This person may have given up on love, the new person. Okay. They may have, gone through it and been dragged so many times till they were just like, you know what? Because this person loves like you, Leo, with their whole heart. Let's see, is there anything else? Then they've got, you're the only one I see. All right. You're all this person sees. You're all this person wants to be with. So you got a twin over here who's looking at everybody. You one of many to them. Okay. You are option to them. But then you got this new person on this side who they don't give a fuck how many options there are. And this is somebody that everybody is after. Okay. Let me say that this is a high level, a high, what do they say when things are high shelf, a top tier person, when something's on the top shelf, right? You need assistance to get to it. Right. So that's why you got to heal yourself and you got to prepare for this situation, because this is somebody that everybody is after, but this person don't want everybody. They want to be with you. Okay. So that is a massive compliment. And I'm not saying you're not a blessing to them too, because you are as well, but we got to get you out of this twin flame crap and get you on the path to this new person. Or if you decide you want to be by yourself, it's whatever you want, Leo. Okay. At the end of the day. All right. Let me get a Hollywood Romance Stars Oracle card, and then I'm going to let you go. I ain't realized that 40 minutes. We still going. Hold on. Ooh. Okay, Leo, I see you. It says ecstasy. Look at the picture. Woo. It says your partner elevates your mind, body, and soul. This feeling of pleasure is electrifying. So, like I said, I told you, what did I tell you? I said, you're not going to be able to keep your hands off this person, and they're not going to be able to keep their hands off of you either. I'm trying to find a card. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of passion between the two of you. Okay. And so, like I said, this is the type of relationship you've always wanted, but don't let what this other person is doing, because they trying to tear you down, Leo. They trying to mess you up to where you ain't going to be good for nobody. You ain't going to be good to be with them or to be with anybody else. So think about what it is you want to do. Spirit is showing you the comparison between the two people. So you got to make your decision at the end of the day. Okay. All right, Leo, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Leo.